Let's talk about the hottest team in the NBA right now, the Chicago Bulls. So what is going on, y'all? Fox Sports Talk back at it with another video talking some NBA this time as requested by you guys that want me to talk about the Bulls. And look, the Bulls are playing well enough to be talked about here. And here's the thing. Before I start my comments and give you guys my thoughts on the Bulls and the recent surge here, I am literally like the biggest Bulls fan. Like, I love the Bulls. The reason I had stopped making content and posting videos about the Bulls is because I was so disgusted with the direction of the franchise and where the front office was going with it and ownership. And I just felt like it was a directionless team and like we had no future, no hope. And so I'm like, why am I wasting my time talking about this team when management doesn't care, ownership doesn't care? They're just trying to look out for their pockets, right? And so that was really the reason why. And so I'm going to share my thoughts now on the current team and their recent surge and what I make of it and kind of, you know, the future outlook now at this point. So let's just talk about the recent surge first and foremost. I mean, Coby White has been the hottest player on the planet. I never thought I'd be saying those words, honestly. The hottest player in the NBA right now, back-to-back Eastern Conference Player of the Week, 13th straight 20-point game, third straight 35-point game. I think Michael Jordan's the only one in Bulls history to do that. I mean, Coby has been red hot in fuego. And I always thought Coby was, you know, this really solid scorer, like this microwave popcorn type score, but I didn't think he had this in his game where he's taken a leap, another leap, if you will. And again, departure of Zach LaVine being gone. It's been a while, obviously, since DeRozan's been gone as well, and Coby's become the primary option. He has completely embraced it. Now, again, really, really happy with how Coby has developed. As far as the future and, you know, how good Coby can be, I'll talk about that a little later in the video. But just for right now, I want to give all the kudos and flowers to Coby White because, you know, I thought he was good. I didn't think he was this good. All right, he is literally just, you know, scorching hot right now. Second player I want to talk about, Josh Giddey. My goodness, like I told you guys this, right? I'm never shying away from changing my opinion on something. He was, you know, the guy that was thrown into that trade. Not thrown in, I should say. He was the guy traded for Alex Caruso, but no picks were thrown in, is what I meant to say. And myself and a lot of Bulls fans were not a fan of this. And the reason why is because Josh Giddey was a guy that was, you know, getting played off the floor in the playoffs. The Thunder had him as a liability, really. And so I'm thinking, we're getting a guy who's young, yes, for sure, but you're seeing that the Thunder are already ready to give up on him, and he's just 22. So must be something wrong here, right? And so I wanted a draft pick or two, but Josh Giddey too, man, he's a walking triple-double. Like, he has been playing his butt off. Now, contract year for him for sure, so we'll see. Do I want to throw a bag at him in restricted free agency? We'll talk about that as well. But yeah, man, he has been incredible. So these two guys have been spearheading the attack. And then, of course, the third guy, the guy that I'm most excited about, the guy who I believe gives you a reason to watch the Bulls more than anyone because of his upside and ceiling, Matas Buzelis. Our Matas Buzelis has been the guy to me where it's like the Bulls lucked into getting him, and he is the potentially best player in this draft and the best player on the team. I mean, the ceiling is ridiculous at his size, is with his handles, with his shooting, what he can do. Like, there's no limit. He is literally the prototypical wing that you want in today's NBA that can, you know, score and defend as well, right? At a three-level score and can defend. Now, he's got a lot of developing to do, but I'm really, really happy with where Matas is right now. All right, so let's real quickly talk about the present and now the future for this team. So they're still ninth in the East, right? 32-40. You're still a playing team. Is the core of Coby, Matas, and Giddey good enough for you to build around? That is really the question here at this point, right? My whole grips with the front office, with Arturas Karnisovas and Mark Eversley, has been the fact that, hey, you don't have any blue chip players to build around. Like, where is the direction of this franchise? I don't want to be a playing team forever. So give me something, give me someone that I can build this team around. And so that is the question here. Is Coby White, is Josh Giddey, is Matas Buzelis good enough to build around? I certainly think Buzelis is good enough to build around. As far as Coby White and Josh Giddey, really ask yourself, all right, Do you think they can be the best players, one or two, on a title contender and championship team? I'm not there yet. All right, I'm not going to go ahead and make this proclamation of yes or no. Again, people love to have these, staunch opinions like I got to go one way or the other. We just have to wait and see. But I'm leaning right now. I'm leaning towards no / I don't know. All right, because again, Coby White, an undersized scoring guard, right? And then Josh Giddey, a guy who, again, he's improved, right? But we're talking about a guy just a season ago, a liability in the playoffs, wasn't able to shoot. He's improved like crazy. So again, maybe it's not going to be the case anymore and everything's gone. But when we talk about, getting deep in the playoffs, seeing these guys, will they be the ones to be able to, take you to the promised land? And so that's where I kind of look back and I'm like, okay, hold on a second. Are they good enough right now to give them the bag? And again, that's where I just don't know. So what I would do, again, is take a wait-and-see approach. Now, Josh Giddey's a restricted free agent, so you're going to have to obviously give him a big contract here. I think the Bulls made a big mistake extending Patrick Williams. I'd rather have that money allocated towards Giddey because Patrick Williams to me is an absolute bust and a waste of a pick that AK and management team made. So at this point, maybe you do have to pay Josh Giddey. You're forced to pay him because he's so young. But I think you're still missing the guy or one of the guys, right? Like one of the reasons tanking would have been so good was you were increasing your odds to land a franchise talent. Now, look, the Bulls were never going to catch up to the Wizards, the Hornets, some of these tanking teams that literally are like 20 games behind the Bulls, right? So I want Cooper Flagg. I want Ace Bailey. I want like the next guy, right? I want the guy that we can build around. I want the Paolo Bancheros of the world. I want that. But you have to get the number one pick for that. And so to me, that's really where we're at with this. I'm in a wait and see approach. Honestly, I'd love to come in here and tell you guys like I just don't see it or I do see it. Again, I told you I'm leaning towards no. I love Coby. I love Giddey. I just don't know yet if I'm fully all the way sold on those guys as being the best players on a championship team. They're fun as heck to watch right now. I'm loving it, but we still have to answer that question. And then Matas, I'm sold on. I told you I love Matas, so there's no questions for me on him. And really, it's can you go ahead and use free agency to build around this core and see what happens at this point? Because, look, they're not going to tank. We already know what this front office and this ownership is about. So at this point, you probably just want to go ahead and build around these guys and see what happens. But man, oh man, I am praying we land a really good cornerstone in the draft because let's say you get another prospect like Matas Buzelis, now you're cooking. Now we're talking here. So to me, that's really what this is about. There's a lot of guys on this roster that still don't belong here. Again, Vucevic needs to obviously be gone. I'm not a big fan of Patrick Williams. I think, he is who he is at this point. Dalen Terry, again, he's had some flashes here and there, but largely has been a bust. And so it's really those three guys for the Bulls. And you're trying to see if you can get a guy in the draft that you can potentially build around. So that's really what this is about, folks. The Bulls are fun. They're exciting, but the future is still uncertain. A lot of question marks here on the guys you can build around. Again, we'll get to that, but that's where I'm at with this. I'm enjoying the ride like you guys, but I'm still looking towards the future and seeing what we can do here. Matas Buzelis, though, he gets me really, really, really excited. And let's see if Coby White and Josh Giddey can keep it up. Let me know what you guys think, man. As always, leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching.